116 meters from the base of the Eiffel Tower. Here's the Eiffel Tower, here's the base of the Eiffel Tower. Where's the 116 meters? Over this way. It could be that way, it really doesn't matter, but I drew a big long line over here. Okay, so this is 116 meters. Okay, the angle of elevation from a point 116 meters from the base. So this is on the ground. If I'm going to look from the ground to the top of the Eiffel Tower, your eyes are going to rotate up. Okay, this right here is your angle of elevation. Whoops, I spelled that wrong. Oh, there we go. Okay, so angle of elevation and angle of depression are always measured from a horizontal. Let's write that over here. So sometimes we are going to depress our eyes to look at something. Okay, if you were at the top of the Eiffel Tower and you were looking at your friend over there, you'd have to depress your eyes. And so the angle of depression would be with respect to this horizontal looking down. So, angle of elevation, angle of depression. They're always, you guys know what WRT is? I'll use it a lot in trig. Well, not a lot, but it comes up. It's with respect to. So it's going to be with respect to a horizontal line. Okay, so with respect to the horizontal line. Okay, so our horizontal line is the ground. All right. We know that this angle is 68.9. And we want to find the height. Okay, a little bit different than what we've done so far, but we're still going to use the trig relationships. This is my angle. I suppose you could use that angle if you wanted to. You'd just subtract it from 90 and you get it. But we already know this one. I want to know the height, and I know the ground distance. So we want to think to ourselves, which sides do we have? If I took this and go that way, what's that height side? Opposite. And if you had to guess, it's not the hypotenuse, so it must be adjacent, and it is. Okay, so if I have the opposite side and the adjacent side, now your calculator, for your purpose right now, if you have a scientific calculator, your calculator has a sine, a cosine, and a tangent key. It also does have this key, but that's the inverse sine function, not the reciprocal. Okay, so your calculator cannot compute these. You have to do it manually, which means if I wanted the cosecant of an angle, I'd have to say 1 divided by the sine of the angle. Okay, so we're going to focus on these three problems, or three trig functions, sine, cosine, tangent, and so we've got opposite, we've got adjacent, and we're going to say tangent. So now we're just going to plug our information in. We need the tangent of the angle, so the angle is 68.9. Is equal to opposite, which is what we want, our height, over adjacent, which is 116. Okay, so now we're going to solve for h. What's the easy way to solve for h? Multiply both sides by 116. Okay, so h is equal to 116 times the tangent of 68.9. Okay. On your test, you're going to leave your answer like that because you're not getting a calculator until test number 3. Test number 2, you don't have a calculator. You can't figure out the tangent of 68.9. We're not going to estimate it. And I'm not giving you trig tables. Okay? So you're just going to leave your answer like that. Back of the book is not going to have the answer like that. So punch it up on our calculators and get used to it. Okay, first of all, notice I put my 116 in front of the tangent function. It is weird to write this. In fact, a mathematician would say, okay, that's goofy, but fine. I know what that means. Students, they might say, well, am I supposed to multiply these together then tangent? Okay, so don't write that number at the back. It's a coefficient. You're going to take 68.9, take the tangent of it, multiply by 116. Honestly, chances are your calculator, even if you're using your phone, you're just going to punch it up, 116, and then you're going to hit your tangent key, and then you're going to take 68.9 and hit your equals. Okay? And if you don't have your calculator with you, then let's see, mode. Unless you've changed your calculator out of degree mode, then it probably is in degrees, but it could be in radians. We don't want to do radians because our angle is in degrees. Or 16 times the tangent, 68.9. Oh, I almost forgot. Okay, if you punched this, so we're not going to be able to do another problem, but we've got some technical calculator things to talk about. And honestly, I don't know how much is going to come up in this section because you probably will punch it in like that. But if you happen to hit the tangent, when you hit the tangent key, your calculator is going to put a parenthesis there. So then you're going to write 68.9. Now you've got to take that value and multiply by 116. You've got to make sure you close it if you didn't put the 116 times out front. Okay. If you typed this, it'll have a parenthesis here. You can just hit equal. You don't have to worry about closing the parenthesis. That's going to be an issue more so when we get more complicated things or punch it up. Also, page 140. Page 140, there's a rounding convention. It's page 140. Okay? And it says, and this is going to be important so that you do not get frustrated with the back of the book answers. Okay? When your angle is to the nearest degree, you're going to give your answer to 2 significant digits. Okay? When you have it to the 10th of a degree, whoops, I can't spell degree there, you're going to give it to 3 significant digits. Okay? The chart, technically, if it's to the 100th of a degree, you're going to give it to 4 significant digits. You won't have any problems in this textbook that go to the 100th of a degree. So this is to the 10th of a degree, and when you punch it up, you get 300.6210266. Okay. Are these zeros significant? I think they are. I hate significant digits. I always have to. There is a video under assignments, under homework test 1. If you need to refresh your significant digit knowledge, there's a video there for significant digits, or significant figures, whatever you want to call them. I want to say, since we have the decimal here, they are significant.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Shoot. Oh, right. We're going to go to 3 significant digits. So we're going to chop it right here. Oh, dude. I don't like this problem. I think, do you have to, like, put a bar over the top of it? It's an even problem. I can't even tell what the back of the book says. I would not give you that situation on your test at all. Okay, you're not going to have that messy thing. But I would expect, like, if this was, for example, that, we're gonna change the answer. because I don't want that problem there. Okay, so you are responsible to give this to 3 significant digits. These are all significant. We look at the 6, and the 6 tells us to do what?
Round up.
Round up, so our answer is going to be 313. Okay, you're not going to be cranky about that at all until your answer is 10,642.341. And I need to give it to 3 significant digits. Then it's going to the, is the 0 significant?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I always screw up. Or I always have to recheck. So this is going to be 10,600. Okay, so this is when you get an answer like that, and then the book, and you're like, well, how come it's not this? I got this. What did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. You just have your significant digits that you have to be aware of. So I'm warning you right now, it's going to come up throughout the course that you might get frustrated. All right, you guys have an awesome day. Sorry I